welcome to Jenna Knits. My name is Jenna and I like knitting. This morning, I've been busy. I have been working on my key sweater, and last night I was working hard getting rid of the German short rows, and now I am in my raglan stitches, so I figured let's get some increases in together today. So I'm starting off by slipping my marker. I'm going to make one left, which is done. We're scooping the front. Once I get into the chart is when I'll be popping off today, because I don't work charts. And so I want to get comfortable with the chart before I am on here talking, but I will probably be a little bit quieter in this chat unless people start talking back. I don't know. I'm excited for this sweater. I'm excited to be learning a new technique, even though it was very stressful. It was very stressful. I had never done the German short rows before. I felt like I was just messing it up so bad. There was some language that I was unfamiliar with, so I was a little bit stressed, but that's okay. But I have 10 rounds of these increases, and then, is it 10? 5, 10, no, 20, sorry. 20 rounds of these increases, my bad. And then there's even more increases, but it's involved with the chart. So I want to be able to focus on those increases before I am just in the body. And I do make them right. Which, I forgot how like tight mohair can make your yarn. There's not much flexibility in this little blend that I have going on. So the make one rights are very, very, very snug. And I want to make sure that I snag both strands as well. But even with my short rows, I did end up with a couple boo-boos on there. I don't know if they're supposed to be there or not, but I can always, I'm going to go back and fix them later. Good morning. Happy birthday. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. So we just did a make one right. We do make one left. Happy birthday. That's exciting. So I'll do the make one rights will come first. So I just want to get that in my memory now. But guys, I'm feeling so much better today. I'm still a little bit sore, but I'm sleeping better and getting around a little bit better. I actually got dressed today. I'm in like, you know, glorified PJs in loungewear, but it's different than sweatpants. So I'm feeling much better today. And I'm excited to be making so much progress on this so far this weekend. I already finished one sweater this weekend and did a lot of work on this one last night. Hello, good morning. No, I don't know what that's about. Anyways, good morning. What did I say was first? Make one rights are first. I need to write that down. So it's make one right, then make one left. Then make one left. That's my question too. I don't know why that was necessary. This is a family-friendly channel. We're just here knitting. There's no need to ever really be cursing on here, but and it's so early. My goodness, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. I think this is turning out so pretty though. I'm very excited about it. I won't be able to wear it for a very long time, but at least it'll be done and it'll be something cozy that I can just throw on later. I'm very, very excited about it. Let's see where my bar is here. One leg goes back. Again, my make one rights take a second because it is very not flexible yarn that I'm using. I'll do my raglans, and then I make one left. Left gets pulled from the front. Good morning. How are you today? Sorry, it's kind of dark. It's supposed to storm like all day, but I'm kind of enjoying the haziness of it. We're supposed to get some really nice thunderstorms for the next couple of days, actually, which I'm pretty excited about that. Get to be nice and cozy for the week. Look at what? Yeah, that's where I have a weird spot. Good morning. I'm hoping that I remember these, I think I will, these sort of odd spots that ended up happening last night. I'm hoping that I remember them to come back and fix them. Because I don't know if they naturally happen with German short rows or not. This was my first time doing that technique. So hopefully it's what it's supposed to be. Right, gets pulled from the back. I feel like now that I'm out of those short rows, though, this is going to start looking much, much cleaner, and I'm pretty excited about that. I had to sneak in a couple like standard stockinette rows because it was looking like a hot mess, and it's getting there. Brazilian girl. No. Me? No. I'm not a Brazilian girl. And then before that one, I need to do a make one right. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. I'm kind of happy that I'm choosing such a busy like yarn situations. I'm hoping that in the end you can't even really notice the mistakes that have been made. It's all up at the top though, and I need to give myself a little bit of grace and realize that it's only like 10 rows. That the short rows, I think maybe they were like 12 rows, but still nobody's going to be looking at that much, you know. Good morning. Thank you. I hope you all are having a good day so far though. I love coming live on here. I was live yesterday and earlier this week because it just keeps me on track. And I feel like I get so much done because I just get bored just sitting in silence by myself. And so I like coming live, even if I am just talking to myself and there's nobody in the chat or it's like a quieter live. Still, I feel like it keeps me on track. And so I started with a make one, so this is going to be a make right. Beautiful. So I am knitting the Key Sweater by Petite Knit right now. And this is one of the more complex sweaters that I've made. And of course I made it more difficult by wanting to hold it double and using mohair and trying something new on a whim. Hi, good morning. Yes, so I am knitting it. That's exactly what I'm doing. Where am I at? Where's my markers? Here we go. And I'm just writing tallies down for when I do complete a round. Hi, good morning. So that I know I have the correct amount of rounds with each pattern, because I'm alternating patterns. So one round I'm doing increases, and then the next round I'm just doing stockinette knit stitches. And I want to make sure I do the correct amount of increases. I am having a good day. I woke up very, very early and was able to kind of enjoy a little bit of a sunrise this morning. Had my coffee and breakfast. It was very quiet. It's very nice. Thank you. Are you having a good day as well? My plan is literally just to do this today. I want to get out of the increases and get my sleeves pinned off to the side and just be in the body. I want all the complexities with this particular sweater done today so that I can just coast through it. I'm excited. It's been a very nice, calm weekend. I had surgery earlier this week on Tuesday, so I've been kind of just home in bed. So it's been nice being able to move around a little bit more the last couple days. Thank you. If you subscribe, thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate that. Yeah, it's been really nice being able to come on here so much this week. And I'll probably be coming on again tomorrow as well, since it is a holiday weekend. And I want to kind of be able to work my schedule to where I can go live during the week, but it's just sort of tricky right now. I need to tighten my needles. I'm also getting to a point where I'm about to add in my secondary color, because this is sort of a striped pattern. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you. I'll be on here for a while. I want to be able to get through this chunk of my pattern with the increases. So probably maybe about another hour. I usually go on for about an hour at a time. Then I take a little bit of a break. Rest my hands, really, is kind of why I do that. But I might get into a flow state and end up being on here for a little bit longer. But I do know that I need to find my secondary yarn. Oh my goodness, that's so many. I don't think I've ever gotten that many before. That would be a very exciting day. I've been working on this channel for a little while now, trying to get more subscribers and more viewers and stuff, but it's a slow process, and that's okay. I just enjoy the company, and I just like knitting. Uh-oh. But I like sharing like daily updates on progress that I've made on certain projects. And then I go live and I just work on those projects with you guys. So you're seeing like a in real time situation instead of a super crafted video. I don't know. Those are the type of things I like to watch, the progress. starting to be able to see the difference. Ooh, that's exciting. This is very soft. I'm hoping that it blocks much softer though, because mohair can be so itchy. And that's the only thing that makes me nervous about me adding it, but I was just trying to sort of stash bust, and I had this mohair sitting there. So I was like, let's just add this in. I don't regret it because it is gonna look nice, but part of me wishes I could have just gotten like the rich saturation of this sort of indigo yarn that I'm using. That's okay. It'll still be very, very pretty at the end. No, this is the top of a sweater. So this is the collar, and I'm working on like this part. It's called the yoke, before you get to like the sleeve. So I'm adding stitches with each round, every other round, to kind of create this like outward. So it's the collar and then the yoke right here. And then once I separate for the sleeves, it'll start to look more like a sweater instead of just the top part. But I have a picture of the sweater I'm making, because I did print out the pattern. So this is the sweater that I'm making. Only I'm doing it in blue and gray instead of brown and white. How many lives do I have? Like how many times have I gone live, or how many do I plan on doing today? Because I usually go live every other weekend, and I've been doing that for quite a long time, for maybe like a year and a half, 2 years. So I have quite a lot of lives on my channel. I have more lives than edited videos on my channel, because I just prefer going live. I think it's fun. Yeah, I think the sweater is gonna be really pretty when it's done. It's just one of the more complicated projects that I've worked on, so it's taking me a little bit of time. It does take hours, yes. I think I've already worked on this for maybe 6 hours. So this one is going to be a labor of love for sure. This is one that was going to take me a very long time, which is why I want to do it right, because I don't want to rush through it and make big mistakes and have it not look how it's supposed to. So I did set this one off to the side for probably like 2 weeks because I was nervous about learning a new technique. And last night I honed in and I did the new technique, and now here we are. Who is one people? What do you mean? I don't understand your question. I don't understand your question. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, it's just you. And viewing the live, yeah, it's just you right now. We had about 18 people in a minute ago. But yeah, now it's just you. But this is usually how my lives go when I do them early in the morning. They're usually very, very, very quiet. I usually don't get people in my lives till later in the afternoon, but I was just sitting here, so I was like, I'll go live, and then I'll go live again later this afternoon too. My morning lives are always very quiet, I know, but it's okay. I still come on. I don't mind it. One day I'll have a live where there's lots of people. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope so too. That would be really, really exciting because I love doing this. I think it's really fun. Yeah, sometimes they're super, super chatty and there's, you know, a good bit of people in there. But I also post them to my channel too so that people can go back and watch them if they want to craft with me. I do this to kind of be like, almost like a crafting group. Hello, good morning. How are you? My original plan was for this to be kind of like a crafting group where you come in and you just knit with me and we just talk and everything, because I don't have like a knitting group near me that I can get to. So I wanted to just come on here for people that don't have other crafters around. So I do post these to my channel as well, so you can always go back and watch them and craft with me. See, we just have to wait. The people will come. I appreciate your support this morning. Okay, so we did that. Now we're back on an increase round, my friends. Whoop. Keeps getting stuck on my sweater. So do another tally mark just to keep track of what I have going on. Give myself a little bit more yarn. And we begin. I think it is here too. Let me see. Yep, 9:31. It's AM though. It's early in the morning. Yep. Yeah, I've been up since like 5. I've been up for a long time. I wake up very, very early. Make one left. Left, pulled from the front. Yeah, I actually started working on this probably like 7:30-ish. So I just kind of had a slow morning before I started getting to work on here. That's okay. It's gonna fluctuate a lot, but that's okay. It's all good. I don't even really look at it much because I know how much it fluctuates. It's all good. It fluctuates so much, like second by second, that I used to be like worried about it. And now it's like, if people will be here and then they'll leave and then they'll come back and then they'll leave and then they'll come back. And that's okay. Make one right first, okay. And then right is pulled from the back. Oh my goodness, okay. There was a while there. I've been here since 10 minutes. Yeah, just about, I think. I've been on for 23 minutes. Let's see, and then left is pulled from the front. Yeah, there was a period of time where there were people in the chat that wanted me to do like tutorials in my lives. I really need to get back on track with that. But then life happens, you know, you just kind of lose track. But I would really like to do that. Maybe I'll try to plan something for like the fall time frame. Hello, hello. Thank you for the love this morning. Hi, how are you today? It said it was going to rain, but the sun is definitely coming out now. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll stay on here until I'm done with this portion of the pattern, and then I'll take a break, and then I'll start working on the more complicated part that's up next. where I start the chart. And then later on this afternoon, I'll go live again. Once I don't have to like focus as much doing a new technique, I don't want to be talking and stuff like that and mess up. Because I really don't want to mess up. They said it's supposed to pour like for the next 4 days or something, but I don't think that the rain's gonna happen here until maybe a little bit later, like 11. But it was very gloomy this morning. Oh, really hard rain. Oh, geez. Yeah, ours are supposed to be all lightning storms for the next couple of days, which is crazy. Make one right, right's pulled from back. I have to say that every single time because I got so messed up last night doing all these weird turns and everything with this German short rows. I had to go re-watch tutorials on how to do stitches I've been doing for years. So I was like, I am all messed up now. And then left is pulled from the front. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. What are you having for breakfast this morning? Thank you for all the love. I appreciate it. I had breakfast hours ago, so I am almost ready for a snack of some sort. Oh, I feel like I have to sneeze. All these fuzzies coming off the yarn. Mohair is so fuzzy. There was one time last summer I live on an island, and so I went to the waterfront and was knitting for like 8 hours straight. I just like got in the zone making this dress for my daughter, and I had fibers, like I had to like get yarn out of my eyes and out of like my whole face. There was fuzzies everywhere. I was like, wow, I really zoned out for a whole day. And I remember it was a super rainy day. It was last summer. And there was like 4 storms that came and went like while I was sitting on the porch. It was amazing. I think I might be due for a day like that again pretty soon. So we have super rainy summers and I love them. You want to be famous. That's exciting. Being famous would be cool. I just want to be successful. I don't know if I want to be famous. I think I just want to be successful. And left. How did I just pull that? Did I pull it from front? I did. Okay. Woo. Scared myself. I'm also using markers that are way too big because I couldn't find my little markers. And so I have these huge danglies on here that keep getting in my way. I think I have 7 of them on here and they're very annoying. But I can't find my smaller box of markers, which makes no sense because I have so many of them. I think I know where they are, but I can't get to that position from where like my incisions are. I can't like crouch down into that spot to double check. So I'm just kind of leaving it alone for now. Using the ones that I have as okay. Ooh, where'd it go? Gosh, I cannot stand Snapchat notifications. They drive me crazy. I need to just shut them off because it's always like, it's always people I don't even talk to or I'm not even friends with on there. It's like, are you interested? No, that's a literal stranger. I have no idea who that person is. No, I'm not interested. Quit buzzing my phone. That's what it's been. Every time it's buzzed, it's been Snapchat telling me that some stranger posted a video. Like, I don't know who that is. Maybe I'll get motivated and shut off those notifications today because I don't really use Snapchat that much anyway. Where am I? I'm going to make one right. Pull from the back. Do. And then I will tally that this one is done. We're moving this morning. This is exciting. I've already done 2 rounds of increases out of 5. Oh, thank you. I do my best, so I'm happy that you're here. And this round is just a knit round, so in between each raglan increase is just a stockinette knit round, which is nice. It kind of like resets everything and cleans it up a little bit more. I feel like this is going to look really, really sharp. I'm excited to join in my secondary color in a couple rounds. I feel like it's going to look really cool. And I am going to keep the mohair going through the whole thing. And honestly, I'm just knitting until I run out of yarn. Like, I'm not going to be stocking up on yarn. I think I said that yesterday. I play a lot of yarn chicken with my projects because I don't want to waste money and like stock up on a yarn for one project and then have so much. And that was my mom that just buzzed it here and then. But I don't like having like a ton of extra yarn. And so I have a lot of this blue yarn. I won't be running out of that. But my secondary color, I only have 1 ball, and I only have 1 ball of this mohair. So I will just be using those until I run out, and then the project will be put on pause, and then I will order more yarn and then start up again. So it'll be a nice breather between and then not be wasteful at the same time because this yarn is not cheap. So when I do have to reload, like restock those 2 balls, it'll be like $40. So, because I think that one is like 16 and then the other one is pretty close to 20. So it'll be close to $40 to restock just those 2. Luckily this blue one is just gigantic and I found it at a bargain pile like at the bottom of a bin and had no label, and I was like, this is so pretty, and it's huge. It's a huge cake, like ridiculous. So I'm happy to be getting that out of my yarn bins because it does take up so much room. But also using up some yarn that's been sitting in my bins, like the mohair and the other one. So I'm just gonna slowly order them when I need them, just to not be wasteful and not to waste money. And then I have all this extra yarn, like that gray yarn that I'm pairing this with. I've already used it in 2 different sweaters. So I don't want every sweater to just have the same, I don't know, texture. Welcome back. You're bored in the live? I'm sorry if you're bored here, but this is what this live is. It's just me knitting. I don't do anything else. I just knit and chat. Thought about trying to be able to go live on TikTok. I wasn't sure though. I just like the YouTube world so much better. But I do have TikTok. I posted I post videos on there of my knitting updates and stuff the same way I do on here. Still sell my candles and whatnot, but because it's so hot out, I just don't share them as much. I don't know what Roblox is. The 6'7". I feel like you might be showing your age a bit. How old are you, friend? I'm a preschool teacher, and those kids are constantly saying 6'7". Actually, one of them the other day told me that 6'7" was dead and that it was some new number. I was like, oh, okay. Every kid in that class is allowed 167 a morning, and then that's it. And there's no more. Looking for our friend from earlier. I'm not sure if they're still here. It doesn't tell me who's in the live. It just tells me how many people are in it. It doesn't tell me which usernames are sticking around. I just see them when they enter, like probably the same way that you do. My screen probably looks the same as yours. Into my live tomorrow, or you're going where tomorrow? Oh, there's so many fuzzies in my nose. My neighborhood is so quiet right now. Usually there's people all over the place. They were having a huge party last night right next door. It was funny. They were doing like karaoke and stuff, and I was sitting on my porch having dinner. I was like, wow, their party sounds like so much fun. Maybe that's why it's so quiet out there right now, because everybody was out late. I was up late working on this, and then somehow, I'm not mad about how this happened, but it did happen. I ended up on, I was on TikTok and watching just really old, like uncut videos of the Beatles. I was like, oh, I can doom scroll this. This is actually quite nice. And so I did that for way longer than I should, just watching old videos of them. Which I might do again today. That doesn't sound too bad. Just put those on YouTube. But yeah, later today I'll probably go live at like, I don't know, maybe like 4:30. I'm gonna go like much later in the afternoon. Because then that'll be like after I call my kids and tell them good night and all that good stuff. Yesterday I went live at kind of an odd time. And so I think I'll go hop on after that. Or maybe I'll do, I don't know. Depends how much I get done in this other portion once I'm done here. I don't like the feel of the German short rows because it makes it feel like your project is completely wonky. And I know that's the point because you're creating this like front. You're creating like an actual defined front and back, but it makes the stitches just feel so wrong. And I don't like it. And I don't know how many rows it's gonna take for that to not feel that way, for it to not feel crooked. Maybe it will just always feel crooked, I don't know. Hi, good morning. Hello, hello. I'm doing great. How are you today? Thank you for popping in. All right, we are done with that round. Time to mark it. And then we will start our third increase round. I wish I could be like those women that crochet and they can just like, I don't know, whip out a hat in like 5 minutes, you know? Have you ever seen those lives on I think they come up on my TikTok, honestly. But that's so impressive. Knitting is just such a slower situation, which is good for me. That's what I need it to be. But it's just funny. I wish it was like more fast paced. Like I've been on here for 40 minutes. I've only done 4 rows. But there's a lot of stitches here, guys. I'm doing my best. Let's see. I'm gonna knit 3 and I make 1 left. So left is pulled from the front. Get around my huge marker and we knit. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're doing okay today. I am just working on probably the most difficult sweater that I've cast on. I'm really challenging myself with this one. It's been very, very frustrating, but I'm getting through it. I know that it will look very pretty at the end, so I'm just doing my best to keep that in mind. Working on those short rows last night though was crazy. When I was done, my hands were so swollen just because the tension got so tight on my yarn and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, my hands are gonna be destroyed tomorrow. And then luckily they weren't too bad because I'm at it again. But I will have to take a break when I'm done with this for sure. When I'm done with these increases. And right, let's pull back. I'm also gonna have to get a larger cord here in between these lives, which I hate doing that too. So I always end up dropping a stitch and I always get all nervous. So I'm gonna hold off until I absolutely have to in order to change my chain. Left, pulled from the front. Oh, I don't want to share what happened, but I did have to get surgery on Tuesday. So I've just kind of been laying in bed all week, but I'm moving around much better today. I had to get 3 incisions on my stomach, and so I was pretty tender for a couple days, and now I'm moving around much better today. This is the longest that I've been like sitting up. But I'm trying to kind of challenge myself a little bit today since I do feel a lot better. But thank you for asking about it. So I've just been taking advantage of the time at home. The kids have been with my mom all week, and then they're with their dad this weekend. So I get them back tomorrow night, but it's just going to be, it'll be about another week and a half of rest, and then I should be good to go. But I do feel much better today, so thank you. Yes, it is great news. The last night I was moving around a little bit better. I'm sleeping better. Everything is improving, so I'm good. I'm good. But I've definitely been taking advantage of the quiet here because I finished a sweater earlier this week and then got a huge chunk of this one done so far. So I'm taking advantage of the rest for sure. And yeah, it's gonna be good. And then I'm gonna make one right. I feel like I'm going really fast in this round. This is great. My stitches are finally loosening up a little bit. What have you been up to this weekend? Do you make one right? Make one right. Let's pull from the back. Okay. I also feel like these raglans are going to be really beautiful. I've never done a 3-stitch raglan, and that's just so thick. I feel like that's going to look really cool. I've done like cabled raglan stitches before, which I actually thought about doing that pattern again because that one was really beautiful, and it's one of my favorite sweaters that I've made. But most of my raglans have been single or double. I've never done a triple stitch before. But I think that it's coming out really pretty. It'll be like nice and defined. Just working and relaxing. Well, that's good. It's the proper way to spend your weekend. It's supposed to storm here really bad later today. So I will just be kind of hibernating. I'll probably sneak onto the back porch, get some fresh air again for a little bit. And then it's gonna storm, so. Well, that's good. You spent some time with family too. Hopefully you get a long weekend and aren't working tomorrow. I know there are some people that are working tomorrow. And because I had surgery, I won't be going back to work, which is really sad because I'm a preschool teacher and my kids are graduating and going off to kindergarten, and so I don't get to have the final week with them, but I will be at their graduation ceremony on Friday. So I won't get the final week with my little ones, and it's my last year teaching too, so it's like it's my final class and I don't even get to be with them, but I will be at their graduation. It's supposed to rain here for the next week. I have 2 brothers. I have an older brother and a younger brother. No sisters. Yeah, I'm the middle sister. And then I have an older son and a younger daughter. Ooh, calm down. There we go. Okay, this is exciting. Moving along. It says in this next chunk is when I will be combining my secondary color with the chart and raglan stitches. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm very nervous about that. I don't know how many more raglans I need to do. But I've completed almost 3 out of 5 rounds so far of the raglan stitches. So hopefully not too many more, my goodness. But I am knitting this in a size small. It's supposed to be a very positive ease type of sweater. And so I'm doing it a size small so that it'll be a little bit fitted and baggy at the same breath. What is this one? This is looking right. Ooh, from the back. Yeah, so I think today I'm just going to try to stay out of my room as much as possible. Kind of obviously go rest when I need to, but I think I want to try and like move around as much as I can. I don't know if you can tell. Let me mark this real quick. Like you can see the defined raglan stitches right here. I think that's gonna look so cool. So those are the parts that are like right here that create that like defined signature sweater kind of look. This one was not hand knit. This is machine made. So this does not have that. This was made in panels and I didn't make it, so. But the very like traditional staple sweaters have these really nice defined like edges along the armpit and the shoulder. When did I get started on this one? So I started it actually a couple weeks ago, and then had to get a baby knit done, so I paused it. But I've got all of, let's see, I was probably like right here last night, so I've knit all of this since last night. Because I have a baby knit that's due very soon, and so I got that done, and that was washed last night, and so then I picked this one back up. So in between my little baby shower sweaters, I'll be working on this one. I have 5 baby knits due this year, but the one that I made this week turned out so pretty. It's so cute. And everybody seems to be having baby girls. Everybody that I know is having baby girls this time. It's funny how it works out that way. But there's 4 baby girls happening this year so far. That is crazy. I feel like maybe I should bake something today. I have a bit of a sweet tooth right now. I need to see what I have. So I have 2 more increase rounds after this, which is only 4 more rounds total. Hello again. Yeah, I'm starting to get all bunched up on my cord. I'm gonna have to switch my cord soon. See how it's getting all like crazy looking. I have too many stitches on this cord. I hate setting my stitches off to the side. And with how complicated this was last night, I really don't want to drop a stitch when I put them off to the side. So frustrating. My cords to put stitches off to the side are super worn out and loose, and I really need to get new ones. And so I always end up just in the worst position when I have to put them off to the side. I think I timed it actually perfectly. I knew I would be going over a little over an hour to get this done. I don't think I'll be a little over an hour when this chunk is done. That's not too bad. Look at what? What would you like me to look at? I think the way that I'm sitting is not working. Need to readjust. And my yarn is like way under the couch. Oh my gosh. Whoops. I'll have to fish that out a little bit. Won't worry about it right now. I don't know what you want me to look at. It's just all wet. goodness. This is the longest that I've sat up like this. So it's kind of starting to get uncomfortable, but that's okay. I'll be taking a break here pretty soon, so it's all good. I just want to finish what I've started first before I go take a break. Oof, all the fuzzies out of my nose. I was trying to think earlier because there's a sweater that I have where I used a similar type of color palette, and I was like, what was the name of that sweater? And then I remembered that it was actually the October sweater. I just made it so completely different than the one I made for my mom for Christmas. So like, maybe I need to remake the October sweater for myself because it just fit so beautifully. And the way that they do like their defined collars, not with German short rows, she just knits it flat and then joins it in the round later. And I really liked that style. Now I've never tried on a sweater with German short rows, but as far as knitting goes, it was not my favorite. Was not, is not my favorite. Okay, so we've done 6 rounds. 6 out of 10. Okay, I've got 4 more rounds to go. It looks so pretty outside. It's so like nice and cloudy, but the sun's definitely out. And there's like one big, massive gray cloud just like sitting in the middle right above my complex. It looks so pretty. I need to make one left. I've tried doing lessons in person. I taught my sister-in-law how to knit, and that was fun. We used to meet up a lot and knit together. And then I tried teaching my mom how to knit as well, and that was really fun. I'm definitely that person too, though, where like I need you to do it to my face and like watch me do it to make sure I'm doing it correctly. I learned the exact same way. I had a really hard time learning from like YouTube tutorials and stuff. It's tricky. Like, I don't know. I have a hard time learning from YouTube. Like, and I think that's why I've been so reluctant to do like tutorial videos, because I don't learn that way, but that doesn't mean that everybody doesn't. But I have a hard time. Yeah, I had to do a lesson in person, and then when the language made sense, then I started to be able to kind of watch videos. But even then, like, it was hard for me to learn. Like, I should have, for the technique last night, I should have watched something. And I was like, let me just read these instructions really, really well and see if I'm not making like a huge mistake. I ended up with the right amount of stitches, so at the end of the day, that's all I really care about. And then I'm gonna make one right. Right is pulled from the back. My yarn is just, I've said it like so many times, but man, it is not flexible with this mohair. It's hard to create new stitches. I don't know, do you think I should do tutorial videos? I've thought about it before. I've thought about doing those things before, but then I was like, I just don't know if I would be good at it. I don't know. I get so stressed. My yarn being underneath this chair is becoming very inconvenient. I don't know where it is, but it keeps getting stuck on something. I am excited for this to start to look like a sweater today, though. I feel like today is the day where it's going to start to actually look like a sweater instead of just this weird blob of yarn. I think it's actually going to form a shape of some sort. I can already kind of tell I don't love like how tall the collar is, but I can always fold that down. I think 4 inches of collar is crazy. But I didn't create this pattern and I don't want to change it. She did it that way for a reason, and I don't know how to write patterns, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut about it. But that's a lot of collar. It's kind of like mock turtlenecky kind of vibe. It'll be okay. I don't think I realized that when I bought the pattern though, that it was like a mock turtleneck without like the defined like swoop. Like this is how I do my sweaters. I don't really do like up on the neck because I just get so hot and it doesn't get cold enough here for all that. But this will be my comfy cozy. And pretty soon I'm moving, so I'll have like a back porch that I can cuddle up on all winter. I plan on being outside a lot when I move. Make one right. Good. Oh man. I'm really excited to move. I think it's going to be a really, really amazing life shift. I'm pretty stoked about it. No. What the? That wasn't supposed to happen. So let me go back. Try that again. Oh my god. No. Okay. So. I didn't carry both yarn threads through that last raglan. I'm so glad I just caught that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Make one left. When is my birthday? My birthday was March 16th, so it happened not too long ago. I didn't have a very fun birthday this year, so I'm excited to try again next year. But my son like goes all out for my birthday, and it's very, very sweet. so tired of these increases. The yarn is just too tight. All right, and then I think once I get into my beginning of round, I'm gonna hop off for a little bit. I can feel my hands are starting to cramp up from the increases, and I know I still have so many increases left to do. So I think once I get to this red marker, I'll hop off for a little bit, and then I'll be back on later this afternoon, and hopefully this project will look completely different by then. That is my goal. I'm gonna take about an hour break. I've been knitting for probably like 2 hours already this morning. So I'm gonna give my hands a little bit of a break so that I can really like get into some more complex parts of this project. It is gonna get a little bit tricky in the next couple of rounds. So I wanna be able to focus and make it look pretty so that you guys can see the difference later today. But I'll probably come on like 4:30. I feel like that sounds like a good time, 4:30 this afternoon. And then if you missed that one, I will also be going live again tomorrow because I don't have work. So I'll just be hanging out. Not sure what time tomorrow. It'll probably be like later in the morning, but not quite as early as today. I know this morning I was motivated. I got on really early. Final stitch for this round. Let me mark it so I know it's done. Put on my little pizza cats. And all right, guys, I'm going to take a break for a little bit and then we'll come back on later. Yeah, like 4:30 this afternoon. That's what I'm going to say. I'll be on then. But we're making a lot of progress, guys. It's starting to look like something. Kind of starting to look like something. But you guys enjoy the rest of your morning, and I will see you guys later. Bye.